Hey, today we're going to talk about sleep. That's why I'm here on my bed. I'm going to give you 10 tips how to get better quality sleep every night. If that doesn't sound interesting to you, then I'm going to tell you 10 weird tricks that'll help you sleep better. Usually when we think about our health, we think about exercise and nutrition, but a lot of us forget about how important sleep is. I recently came from the US to Africa and had to experience jet lag again, and it took me a lot longer to get over it this time. So I've been thinking a lot about sleep and how to improve it. That's why I want to share this video with you today. Now, one question a lot of people have is how much sleep do you need every night? It'll vary from person to person, but usually for the average person, if they get between 6 and 9 hours, they'll be good. I'm sure there are some outliers on each side of that. Obviously, if someone's a toddler, a teenager, someone that's growing or sick, they're going to need more time for rest. But usually in that range, most people will be okay. I used to think if someone stayed up late and didn't sleep a lot, they'd burn more calories and might benefit from that. But there is a big correlation between obesity and sleep deprivation. The reason for that is because it messes with your hormones. Things like leptin and ghrelin and cortisol, your adrenals are all going to be messed up if you're not getting proper sleep each night. I'm sure you can all remember what it's like to not get enough sleep one night and how you're kind of dragging the next day and not feeling that great, don't have much energy. Just think about how when they get prisoners of war or spies and they're trying to break them, they use sleep deprivation. They don't let them sleep and they'll interrogate them and they break them that way because your body can't function without sleep, or your mind. So remember, sleep is important. Okay, so tip number one is have a regular sleep schedule. It's so much easier if you have a regular habit or routine where you go to bed at a certain time and get up at a certain time, and you are consistent with that. That'll make a big difference in your getting good sleep than if you're always going to bed at different times. Think about daylight savings. When you lose an hour, how that can impact you. You feel like you're dragging for several days after that. So consistency is going to be one thing in your favor if you can get into a regular sleep routine.
Oh my goodness, it's past bedtime.
Okay, tip number two. This is a hard one and I really struggle with it, and that is turning off your electronics well before bedtime. So many people are watching TV late at night, or they're on their laptop in bed or on their phone in bed, and that blue light, those distractions make it hard to go to sleep and to get good quality sleep. So many times I'll be watching a YouTube video in bed and I'll wake up like 3 hours later with my neck kinked over and the computer's still going and I've been out of it. That's horrible quality sleep. So turn off the electronics, lie down, get a good night's rest. Number three is a simple one, and that is to relax your body physically before bed. This can make a big difference. If you go to bed and you're all tense and uptight, it's hard to sleep. But if you can get your body to relax, that makes a big difference. So that's why I'm a big fan of stretching before you go to bed. Maybe take a warm shower or a warm bath.
Calgon, take me away!
Indulge yourself in Calgon.
Number four is to minimize distractions. There have been so many times when I'm trying to take a nap and I'm hearing doors slam and people are coming in asking me questions and dogs barking or my phone's beeping and things like that. So get rid of those distractions. If you need to hang a do not disturb sign to protect your sleep time, whatever it takes. This also at nighttime when you go to bed, if you've got a cell phone sitting there and it lights up the room every time a text comes in or an email and you're hearing ding, ding, ding throughout the night, that can be a huge distraction if every time your phone does something, you're just a slave to react to it. So turn the phone off at night, get some good sleep. Number five is lower the temperature of your room. It's easier to sleep good in a room that's cool than one that's too hot. You can always put an extra blanket or sheet on if it gets too cold, but when it's hot and you've kicked off the covers and you're sweating there, that's really difficult. So you don't have to go crazy cold, but lower the temperature of your room. That can make a big difference. Number six, don't drink too much before bed. Now, it's a good habit to stay hydrated throughout the day, but you don't want to be drinking too much right before you go to bed. If you do, obviously your internal alarm clock called the bladder is going to wake you up at 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, and that's no fun when you get up super early and then you try and go back to sleep and your mind wakes up and you can't do it. Sometimes it's a real challenge trying to go back to sleep after you get up to use the bathroom in the night. So that's why it's a good idea not to drink too much before you go to bed. Number seven is create a calming environment. This is something we want to do to transition getting ready for bedtime. And this is a trick we do all the time with little kids. When you're trying to put a kid to bed, you don't get them riled up. You'll have them calm down, take them in their room, read them a story. And this trick works with adults too. So when you get in your room, you can start to dim the lights, maybe play some soft music or some white noise, maybe use some aromatherapy, something like that. Whatever helps you chill out and relax, it makes it a lot easier to sleep when you do some of those little things. Number eight is to exercise regularly. There are a lot of benefits to exercise, and one of them is it helps you sleep better. When you are using your body and it's tired at the end of the day and ready for recuperation, it's going to embrace sleep. So if you have the habit of exercising regularly, most people find that they can sleep better, with the exception of not working out right before you try and go to bed. Number 9 is to darken your room. Sometimes it's hard to sleep if your environment is too light. So one thing I'm a fan of is these little masks they give out on airplanes. A lot of times when I'll take a nap in the daytime, I'll put one of these on. It makes a huge difference. When you're trying to make your room darker, you can use drapes, curtains, things like that will help. Some people though, I'm a morning person, and when the sun comes up in the morning, it's hard for me to sleep through that. So it's got to be a dark room. So one rule of thumb you can use when you're trying to make your room dark, just pretend you're going to be filming a Batman movie in there. I don't know how they can even see in these movies. They're always so dark, but keep your room dark, you'll sleep better. All right, number 10 is to consider upgrading your mattress. Now I know that can be an expensive move for a lot of people. Years ago when I looked at mattresses, it was like buying a new car. So I understand it's not everyone's going to go buy a new mattress, but just think of how much time you spend on your bed of your life and sleeping. So you want to make it so it's a better quality experience for you. If you can't afford a mattress, if you got a bad one thing that we did is we bought a memory foam topper we put on our mattress, and it's awesome. I mean, it's just like having a new mattress. So I'm a big fan of that. Some other things you can do is just get a new pillow every once in a while. Sometimes you'll have pillows that are just flat and nasty. You take them off to wash the pillowcase and you see all these slobber stains and bloody noses and all that nasty stuff in there. Don't deal with that. I mean, it's not that much to buy a new pillow. So change out your pillows, occasionally get new sheets, things like that, and at least just wash them and keep them clean and you'll sleep better. So those are some simple things you can do to improve the physical environment that you're sleeping in for so many hours of your life, and that'll help you get a better night's sleep. So I would encourage you to choose 2 or 3 things off this list, a couple of those areas where you know you could do a better job, and try and apply those before you resort to more drastic means like alcohol or medication.
Hybernol contains a powerful narcotic, and plenty of it. Hybernol lets you sleep, and sleep, and sleep.
Or even worse, Inception techniques. Sleep is so important for your mind and your body, so I hope you can get better quality sleep. A lot of times we talk about getting our Z's. We should actually be getting our R's. Think of rest, recovery, rejuvenation, rebuilding, renewal. That's so important for your mind and your body. So do what you need to, practice some of these things, and get some better quality sleep.